I visited Kajabi HQ, their main headquarters down in Irvine, California this past weekend for the first official event that they have hosted at Kajabi HQ. They invited me out as a part of a small little niche group just to kind of test out and see if they want to do more of these events. So if you didn't make it out to that, you're a part of the Kajabi community, I highly recommend that you go to the next one because I think they're going to be doing it a lot more. It's what they were talking about. Today, what I wanted to do was share with you 3 of the main takeaways that I got from that event. There was a lot of different takeaways and I took a ton of notes. It was kind of hard for me to decipher the 3 that I wanted to share with you, but these 3 are 3 that I feel would really inspire you. I know they inspired me, and I know that they can inspire you and encourage you, whether you're just starting out in your business or you really want to grow and scale your own online business. First 2 are by far the sexiest, the most interesting, like, oh wow, that's really cool tools and things like that. The last one is by far the most actionable. So without further ado, let's dive in. If you're not using Kajabi yet, you don't really know what Kajabi is. It is the platform that I use to run my entire online business. I use some other tools as well, but in terms of the actual like product creation, selling products, hosting my website, my email list, building funnels, one-on-one coaching, like all that stuff is done inside of Kajabi. It is the best all-in-one platform that you can use to start or grow your own online business. There are a lot of people competing and there's a reason that Kajabi stays at the top. It is the best. Everything works together seamlessly. So I always recommend when I work with people, they should use Kajabi. Kajabi gives you a free 14-day trial if you go over to their website. If you want to double that amount of time and get some other goodies, you can use my affiliate link. You're going to get a 30-day free trial, so double the amount of time that you would get if you just go through Kajabi's website. As soon as you sign up for that 30-day trial, I'm going to gift you a course that I created called Kajabi Kickstart, and it's a course that walks you through with literally screen shares how to set up your business, build your product, and create your own little funnel that can sell that product for you, specifically using Kajabi. If you end up signing up with Kajabi through my link, it is going to benefit me. I'm going to get a small little percentage of your monthly or your yearly investment. It does come back to support me, and I really appreciate that. But to give you an extra little thank you for actually signing up, paying through my link, I'm going to give you a one-on-one coaching call with me, totally free. It's not a sales call. It's me just pouring into you to answer any and all questions that you have about Kajabi and growing your business in general. To get all of that and check out and get all the details, you can just go to profityourknowledge.com/Kajabi. There's a link down in the description. So let's dive into these 3 takeaways that I got from this event. The first one was when we were talking about repurposing content. If you don't want to be on video, you can use B-roll to be on video. The biggest thing right now is video marketing. There's a reason like Reels are huge. TikTok is huge. YouTube is just growing exponentially. And I always recommend to start your business or build your business using YouTube as a lead generation platform. Really, I love YouTube. If you're doing a podcast, you should find a way to incorporate that podcast into a video of some kind. Literally just take the audio that you have and then download some B-roll through Canva. I think you can even get free B-roll from Canva on their free plan. Like literally, you just go over to the video section, type in whatever kind of video that you want to have. You can just say like stressed out. It's going to give you a video. You just pop it in and then download that video. Now you have a video that you can lay over your podcast. You may have to get a handful of videos to lay over it, but that's a great way for you to have a great podcast if you love doing podcasting, and then you can convert that into video, or you can just shoot a video of yourself like I do when I record my own podcast, and then I chop it up and turn it into a YouTube-friendly video. Everybody kind of likes to learn a little bit different. They like to consume content in different ways. For me, for example, I record a podcast, I look at the camera, I'm recording a video as I do this. At the end of it, I'm going to use the next tool I'm going to talk about to write out an entire blog post. So I use one piece of content to have a podcast, blog post, and a YouTube video all in one. That's kind of what I like to do because I know there are people who like to listen to podcasts, but maybe they'd rather watch a YouTube video, or maybe they'd rather read my blog, and that's how they like to learn. So I give people different options with the same exact piece of content every single week, and I recommend that you do the same. Go over to chatgpt.com, and then you can say, can you write me an article that ranks on the first page of Google. And then you can literally paste your entire outline into ChatGPT, hit send. It'll probably take you like a minute, but ChatGPT is going to write you a full-fledged blog article. Do that as a baseline, and then I copy it, put it into a Google Doc, and then I'll kind of touch it up a little bit to make sure that it actually sounds like me and not like a robot completely wrote it. Another thing you can do, link Otter.ai, which is a transcription service, into your Zoom meeting. Let's say that you're doing like a coaching call with a client. You can have Otter.ai linked up to that Zoom meeting, and you can basically make a huge transcription of that entire coaching call. And then you just copy that transcription from Otter.ai, go into chatgpt.com, ask, can you make a summary of this? And then paste the entire transcription. And ChatGPT will literally sum up the entire conversation that you had with the key points, the main points. And then you can send that over to your client as notes for your client, basically. Just a quick summary of our call. Okay, so pretty crazy stuff that you can do. These are just some ideas. Play with ChatGPT. The biggest takeaway I want you to get from thinking about AI and using it to really grow your business and make your life easier is to use AI as a tool, but don't rely on it. The example of my blog post, it would take me like an hour to write a blog post from scratch if I was going to do it from my outline to make sure it sounded good. And then I got spell check it and stuff. When I put it into ChatGPT, it literally took a minute or less, maybe 30 seconds, 45 seconds to write out a 2,500 word blog post. It looked robotic though. It didn't sound like me, which is really important to me, especially for the content that I put out. I want it to actually sound like me. So what I did was just, again, put it into a Google Doc, touch it up a bit to make sure that it actually sounded like me. But it did save me a lot of time because now I can have that entire blog post in like 10 minutes. So just check it out, chatgpt.com, and just try and play with it. It's free, which is crazy. Okay, but make sure it still sounds like you. That's the biggest thing. The currency that we have nowadays is our authenticity. That is like your most valuable asset is you. That's why you can teach different niches or the niches that people are already teaching a lot about. And then you can stand out from the crowd just by being yourself, which is really cool if you think about it. The second takeaway that I got was to create a minimum viable product, otherwise known as an MVP. I heard about this term a really long time ago. I didn't really think about applying it to my business and my clients' businesses as well. This is really common in software companies down in like Silicon Valley. They get a minimum viable product, which is just like the bare bones meat and potatoes to get the product out there for their software. It's the same thing for us when we're creating courses. If you want to create this big full-fledged online course or coaching program or something, just get the bare minimum out that's enough to get people from where they are to where they want to be. Okay, so you just need to understand, where's my audience at? Where do they want to be? And then break that down into like 5 to 7 simple steps. The idea here is to get it up and running as soon as possible. And then when you do, you can get direct feedback from your students because it's going to be a low ticket offer, like $100 or $50. And then you can update the course from the feedback that you get and turn it into that big, awesome course that's going to be a more expensive course down the road. So it starts small. It needs to be a total no-brainer offer that gets people to commit emotionally and mentally because they put their money behind it. They said, yes, I'm going to pay for that, because then you don't have people just looking for free stuff. People are actually interested in what you have to offer enough to vote with their wallet to pay you. So what we want to do is to identify the most frequent struggle that your audience is having, and then the desired outcome that they have from that struggle. So the struggle is point A, the desired outcome is point B. And then what you want to do is just list the steps that people need, basically 5 to 7 steps to go from point A to point B. And when you just kind of brain dump it, then you want to edit a little bit and just kind of weed out the need to know versus the nice to know. You want to just have the need to know right here. If you want more clarity on building your mini course, the last episode that I had just put out is all about that. It's about how to launch your mini course in the next 30 days or less. So definitely go check out that episode. What's a minimum viable product that you can create just to get it out there into the world? And then again, just know you can build off of it from there. Number 3, This is the most actionable tip that I have for you. Ant Hodges said this. He said, implementation is your only superpower. And I thought that that was so good. I'm like, my God, it's so true. Implementation. That's it. We just need to take action. The people that win in online business or in making a difference in the world, they're the people that take action. Obviously, you have to take strategic action. You do have to be smart. It does depend on like who you know. There's a lot of things to it, but to build those relationships, to take the steps, you have to take action. You have to implement the things that you learn. We live in a world right now where we have all the information. We have everything at our fingertips. You can literally type into Google in a second how to solve a problem or how to do something, and you get the information about it. But the problem is that so many people don't actually act on what they learn. They don't implement the information that they get, and then they don't get the results they want. They're like, oh, like it doesn't work or nothing happened. But it's like you didn't actually implement. Okay, so implementation is your only superpower. That is it. You have the information. The information is so easy to get. You can find a blog post that tells you how to build your online business. You can find a video. You can do all this stuff, or how to get in the best shape of your life, how to get a six-pack, nutrition plan, all of that. So powerful to just take action, to just act on the things that you feel are going to work for you. And then what that's going to do is give you clarity, because with action comes clarity. As coaches and content creators, we need to not just give people information, but we also need to make them feel like they can actually implement the information. Okay, so this is a two-way thing of like implementation is your only superpower. It's that we have to implement the things that we learn and be a role model for our clients and our students and customers, but also we need to inspire our students to feel like they can implement the things that we talk about too. Because in a world where there is so much information, the things that really separate us is our authentic personality, our authenticity in our content, and then also just our ability to inspire someone, to make them feel like they can really implement, and to make them feel like they want to implement the thing that we're talking about instead of just being noise, which is all the information that's constantly being thrown out into the world. With your content creation, with your courses, with your coaching, bake in encouragement, inspiration, and accountability for your audience in some way. That could be that you're saying comment below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can down in the comments to coach you, and give them a thoughtful answer. Give them action steps, literally coach them. Don't do the bare minimum. Really pour into people, give them everything that they need, but also give them like that loving kick in the pants that they can actually do it. It said, I know you can do this. It's just a matter of you actually implementing it. And if you really want my help to hold you accountable, to give you the best steps possible, we can work together. Okay, and they can climb up your different ladder basically of being able to work with you. Implementation being your only superpower. It's yours and it's your audience's only superpower. What we want as coaches and people who bring value to the world and content creators, we want people to be able to use our products and use our coaching to really get the kind of life that they want. Because when people win, we win. When people make money and they build their online business that I work with, they win. And because they win, I get to win. Okay, so it's always about serving our customer, and the better we can understand our customer and care for our customer and our clients and audience, the more that we're going to win, the more we are going to get the things that we want. But it comes down to really focusing on them. Okay, so I hope that that kind of inspires you. Don't just take what you learned here with a grain of salt and just kind of listen to a couple things and be like, oh, that's cool. Alex Hormozi would call that mental masturbation. And it's so true. It's just like, oh yeah, this is really fun. And it doesn't actually get us the kind of results that we want. The only thing that's actually going to make it happen is by you taking action. That's it. Implement the things that you learn, not just from me, but from everybody. If you read a book and something inspires you, highlight it, take notes, and then put it into your day so that you can implement that thing. Make that a habit, and I guarantee you're going to skyrocket this year and every other year that you stay on this path. Check out my link down below. Again, it's a 30-day trial. You're going to get Kajabi Kickstart to make sure you can learn Kajabi with screen shares and implement the things that you learn from that course in that 30 days so that you can get a product, your minimum viable product really, launched in that 30 days. Okay. It's going to take some work, but everything is there for you just to get down and crush it. Basically, you just got to put in a little bit of time every single day to learn the platform. Check out the link. You're going to get double the time compared to if you go to Kajabi's website. So you get 30-day trial, the Kajabi Kickstart course, and then you're also going to get a one-on-one coaching call with me to help you implement and get encouragement and all this great stuff to actually grow your online business using Kajabi or just in general as well. But you got to follow the prompts to make sure that you qualify for that call and stuff, just showing me that you actually used my link, profityourknowledge.com/Kajabi, down in the description. But that's all I got for you. Take what you learned here. I hope that inspired you. Implement the things that you actually learned, and yeah, get out there and start growing your online business or start starting your online business. I will see you in the next one.